Welcome to Awakening Within. Today we're talking about energy healing, and I've been interviewing Debra Jones, who's a Reiki master, and we've been talking about different forms of healing, quite fascinating. So we've talked about Reiki and about crystals and some techniques people can do for themselves to work on their own self-healing. Mm-hmm. And then I want to talk about this idea that you were talking to me about during the break, about taking back your power. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll just leave that for you to try to explain what exactly you mean. It sounds great.
Well, we did that in the last segment. Part of that is taking back your power by empowering yourself so that you feel more whole. Right? So taking back your power comes in lots of different forms. So the world is changing. Okay. Right? There's a lot of shifting going on, and we're just kind of reinventing ourselves. We're just seeing what works.
Yeah, well, I had a show on the global shift with the 2012 and 2013 kind of shift.
Focus, yeah.
Right. So that's what you're referring to?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
As like the whole world is turned upside down. You know, the weather anomalies and the things that are going on with the news, and so there's a lot of changes, and it can make you feel disempowered, make you feel scared, make you feel worried about the future and who you are, because you're not who you used to be. Right. Even the people around you are changing. So it's all about embracing the changes.
Right, rather than resisting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so taking back your power from areas that you might have given your power away to. So we're all conditioned. Right. You know, we've been conditioned by our families, by our parents, we've been conditioned by the school system, we've been conditioned by society. And so is that your truth? Is that really who you are, who you think you are? Right.
Yeah, I remember Jennifer Huff, a lady that I took a course from, she always asks, is it, when you share a story, she'll say, is that the truth or a truth? And that was really empowering for me to try to discern between, oh yeah, like, am I just saying because I believe that's the truth, or is it a story that I was just told that is supposedly true?
Exactly.
Right.
And what I tell my clients all the time when they come to me with their stories of what's going on in their life and who did what to where, when and how, and I tell them, you are not your story. Right. You are so much more than that. Right. So when you can get beyond that and find out who, you know, does that really make sense to you? Does that story really reflect who you are? Mm-hmm. Or is it just a story? Mm-hmm. You see, so I tell my clients, you're the author of your life. Right. So you're writing your story with every choice you make and everything you say and do. Right. And so get your pen and write the next chapter. What do you want it to be? Okay. Right? You don't need to replay an old story that someone told you once upon a time. Right. You know, but then again, that might be your story. So is it or isn't it? Time to decide, right? Right. But a really amazing tool that I discovered is human design. Okay. So human design is like your blueprint that you came down to earth with. Okay. Like, it's like your manual for your life, and most of us don't even know we have one. No. But wouldn't it be cool if we could find one? Yes. Yeah. And so I have a way for you to find your manual. Okay. And so human design can tell you why you're here. It can tell you how to make choices, other than the solar plexus dowsing that we did earlier, how to make choices that are right for you always. Okay. It can tell you how you work with others and how others work with you, and just give you a really good direction in which to go in your life. So it can tell you your strengths and your challenges, and see who you really are. Okay. Behind all that conditioning. Okay. So it's before all the conditioning happened. Right. To tap into who you really are. Okay. So yeah, it's.
And you brought a picture of that in too as well.
Yep,
right?
Yep. So there's a picture. The mandala is, it's actually a program that I work with that takes the energy of the cosmos when you were born.
Right, it's up on the screen now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So around the outside, it works with the I Ching, it works with the chakras, it works with the Kabbalah. There's so many different systems that this human design works with, that we can then see, once we've done a reading on you based on your birth date and your birth time, what the cosmos, the energy of the cosmos was at the time of your birth, which is basically when you took your first breath, it's what makes you you.
Okay.
Okay. The time and the date all makes a difference.
Okay.
So with that information, it's like I also do Chinese numerology, and Chinese numerology is using your birth date, but that is just a fraction of what human design can tell you.
Okay.
So with human design, when you know what you're here for, when you know what you're good at, when you read something that tells you you're good at something but you've always believed otherwise,
Right.
then you're empowering yourself because you're realizing that there's more to you and you knew it all along.
Okay. So the human design helps you to figure out your client's story and share that with them?
I do that, but I'll do a reading. It's like a 24-page document all about you.
Oh.
So I'll do that. I can do that online. It's on my humandesign.ca website. You can get one of your own that way.
Right.
And I basically explain very easily what it all means to you. So you see yourself in there sometimes, and there are some things that are written that you'll deny at first.
Mm-hmm.
But after really soul searching, you'll realize that there's some grain of truth to that. Mm-hmm. So it really allows you to be who you're supposed to be. Doesn't matter what you were told, doesn't matter what your stories are.
Right.
It just gets to the bottom of it so that you can feel authentic.
Right.
You can be authentic.
Yes, because I can imagine it would be hard to try to decide what's your story and what's a story that was you just innately inherited, or like just from being around, like whether you're told that this is the way our family is, or this is, you know, we can't help it that we're this way, or you know, you're supposed to be a teacher because everybody else in your family is a teacher and that's just what we do. And,
Right.
And so it helps to get underneath all those stories.
Yes.
To figure out your purpose. And so you're saying that we could actually figure that out, why we're here, what our purpose is, through this human design.
Through the human design. It's been life-changing. I did a human design for a lady. She was in her late 60s, and she wrote me an email back, and she was basically in tears. She said to me, "I finally know who I am."
Right.
After all those years. Like,
right.
She was actually now understood. Somebody understood her.
Right.
Just imagine how empowering that felt to someone to know who you are, really, through and through.
Right.
So, yeah, you can find out for yourself what you're all about.
Good.
Yeah. And a strategy for living. So it might be a strategy that you have to wait for a gut instinct before you make a choice, for instance. Whereas if you made a choice off the spur of the moment, it often ended up being the wrong choice for you. So maybe your human design tells you you need to wait and feel it. Therefore, the next time an opportunity comes by to make a decision, you'll say, hang on a minute.
So a session with the human design would mean that not only would you sort of figure out your purpose and your direction, but would give you strategies from here on in on what to use to stay in alignment with your truth.
Yeah, for sure. I do human design counseling because once you get a 24-page document all about you, and it might be different to what you believed before,
right,
it might take a while to get your head around it.
Yes.
So I have counseling sessions that I go through your human design with you, or there are points that you picked up on that you need more clarity on or you want to explore further.
Right.
So I can help you make head or tail of that and how to integrate that in your life. So I can help you understand your human design.
Wow.
But all the information is in your report. You can do it for yourself if you want to.
Right. So you've got a lot going on here. I mean, doing Reiki and crystal work and teaching as well. We've put that up on the screen about your teaching sessions, and energy share as well.
Yep.
And what is energy share?
The energy shares, they are so beautiful. It's like, it started out as a Reiki share for Reiki practitioners, and there's a few of those out there. Reiki practitioners come and they do Reiki on each other. But it is so much more than that. So you don't have to be a practitioner. You can be a practitioner of any modality. Or just somebody interested in all of this stuff, and you just want to learn more. And we meet once every 2 weeks at my healing center, and we talk about energy and we explore things, and we receive a healing too. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter if you're a practitioner or not, everybody's welcome. So you can check out the dates
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and contact you with the information on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's great. Well, before we end the show, I always ask my guests for a quote. And so Debra gave me 2 quotes, one of hers and one by Eleanor Roosevelt, that says, "No one can make you feel inferior without your permission." And that is so empowering, isn't it? That, you know, we may feel inferior, but it's actually we've chosen to feel that way. And of course, we've just been talking about our story, and so your quote is, "You are not your story, you are so much more than that." And again, that is so true and so empowering for us to figure that out. So I appreciate that. So if anyone wants to get in contact with you, of course they can through the information that we've had on the screen. And it's just been great having you in. We've learned so much about energy and a form of healing that I think a lot of people don't know about, that really is so empowering, that I hope that they explore further and figure out another way to heal with assistance from someone like you, but also for self-empowerment, that they can heal from within.
Yeah, from within, and there's a lot of information on my website on it too.
Great. All right. Well, I want to thank Debra for coming in. I want to thank you for watching, and happy healing. Namaste. Hey.